Adventures. I get to go up and visit with all of you, my dear friend, Captain Daniel Hadaway, on board the Island Sphere. Daniel, man, what a trip we had with you. It's good to see you again.
Absolutely. We had a great time with you guys. Can't wait for the next one.
Oh my God, that was so much fun, and there were so many little stories going on that trip. You know, me messing with little Bobby, I had fun doing that, tapping his rod from behind, and then Robert Graber and Travis catching all that fish, giving it to my niece Connie, who turned it into this beautiful paella,
I
and
saw
just
that.
went on and on and on. Guys coming from Arizona, and everybody. I walked around, and interviewed everybody, and I don't edit any of that. Everybody were stoked with you and the crew. Great job.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Speaking of Bobby, uh, Bobby, you left your hoodie on the boat and we held on to it. It's in the landing. If you ever want to pick it up, you can just go to the tackle shop and your hoodie's in there.
Yeah, and Bobby, that's not me messing with you. That is not
No.
a joke. He's got your hoodie.
Oh, yeah, we put it in the landing for you.
All right, Bobby, you're number one, by the way. I can't wait to fish with you again. We'll be out there May 30th. But let's talk about, first of all, the fishing. Let's drop back to your Sunday kids trip. Wow. Over 400 rockfish on that trip. It sounded great.
Yeah, we had a really good trip. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of kids on the boat, a lot of first timers, but yeah, we had a really good time. It's really good quality. We got it done on our rockfish and some other miscellaneous bottom grabbers. But yeah, first kids fish free Sunday trip was great, and we're looking forward to the next one.
All right, perfect. Looks to me like there's a chance of a really light load trip tomorrow. You get a few more reservations, you can go, and whoever jumps on that is almost guaranteed of a really nice light load. That doesn't happen very often. Tell us about it.
Absolutely. I think we only have like 5 reservations right now, but if we can get like 10 or 12 by the evening, we'll make it a go. Um, We do have live bait now at our receivers. We have really nice sardine. So we did want to spend a good chunk of time trying to catch a halibut or sea bass or something in the shallow water. So you'll have a chance to fish with a very light load and a chance at a game fish as well as your regular bottom grabbers. So we're excited and hope to get out tomorrow.
Yeah, right on. And the weather forecast, I've looked at it. It's beautiful. No wind at all up there.
Yeah, it doesn't get better than tomorrow. Really, the forecast through the weekend is it's picture perfect. Really good.
All right, Alan Rushing, who was on board with us, said it was such a pleasure to finally meet Captain Daniel Ottaway. I agree, Alan, and Lance and his son Aaron. Of course, Lance won the jackpot with that big lingcod in a duel with Jolene Thompson and her giant whitefish. So great stuff. Thank you, Alan. Great to have you here. And Robert Graber. We were just talking about you, Robert. Your ears must have been burning. He can't wait till the May 30th trip. That's going to be a good one. So, in terms of tackle, sounds like you're going to do some rock fishing and some shallow water stuff. You want to go through the tackle people would need for tomorrow and throughout the weekend?
Yeah, for tomorrow, and I'm gonna say for Friday as well. Looks like Friday is potentially gonna be a light load trip too. Probably gonna fill up the bags real quick before we go into the island. So have your 16 and 10 ounce sinkers for rockfish and white fishing. A couple 3-0 circle hooks, 1-0 J hooks, and then I also bring a lighter setup, something you can fish comfortably in really shallow water with light line, something like 20-pound fluorocarbon, like a 3 or 4 ounce sinker, and small J hooks or small treble hooks to fish a live sardine on.
All right, perfect. That sounds really, really good. Are you going to be fishing like same place we fished near Anacapa, Santa Cruz, like those zones probably?
Yeah, we'll probably fish both. We'll probably try Anacapa and Santa Cruz. Yeah.
I've seen a few halibut taken. I've seen a little bit of live squid around. It sounds like you guys have Dean, but what do you think the chances are for a halibut or two? Is that within the realm of possibility? It looks like a definite to me, like a good possibility. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty strong possibility this time of year. Yeah, remember last year around this time we were catching them pretty good almost every time we tried. So yeah, I expect to have some success with that tomorrow.
All right, good stuff. And how many more people do we need to get the trip out tomorrow?
If we can get like 10 or a dozen, I think we can do it. So probably
Yes. Come on,
I
everybody.
think we can do it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can do this, man. And like I say, it'll be a nice light load. It should be fantastic. No weather at all. I don't see it throughout the weekend. So
Me
tomorrow
neither.
right through Sunday looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks great. Pretty much as good of weather as you can have up here. So that's exciting too.
All right. Why don't you talk to us a little bit about the price of the trip and what people need to do to book?
Yeah, so the trip is $110. It leaves at 8 a.m. and the scheduled return time's 4 o'clock. We usually get in a bit later than that, but it's, it's more like the length of a 3/4 day trip. You can book by calling Ventura Harbor Sportfishing at 805-676-3474 or book online venturasportfishing.com.
Hey, by the way, Daniel, a guy by the name of Friedman Menendez sent me a message and said he booked. I know this is old news now, but he booked 8 trips at the discount. He learned about it
That's
here on
awesome.
Friedman Adventures, and he was just stoked about that. So that's great.
That's awesome. Can't wait to have you out, Furman. Sounds like we'll have plenty of trips this year.
Yeah, for sure. And by the way, everybody, I'm going to change the thumbnail. It does reference that, but it was because I was in a rush. I wanted to get this out. I put an old thumbnail up. I'll change that in case
Yeah, no worries.
it's still up there. Perfect. All right, and departure time, return time, all that good stuff.
Yeah, 8 a.m. and probably 5:30 ish p.m.
All right. Anything else we should know, Daniel?
That's all. Just wanted to respond to Alan. Thank you for coming out with your kids. It was a pleasure to meet you guys too, and hopefully we have you back again. Have a good day, guys.
Daniel, always good to see you. Ventura Sport Fishing, 805-676-3474, or visit them at venturasportfishing.com. Island Spirit tomorrow, super light load. Jump on it. This is a great, great opportunity. Beautiful weather. Fish are biting, and Daniel's ready to rock and roll, and then he'll be out the rest of the weekend. Daniel, always a pleasure, my friend.
Alrighty, always a pleasure, Phil. Thank you guys so much. Have a good one.
Take care.